Today we're going to discuss the types of products that you should be thinking about inventing. I touched on the subject of the types of products that you should be thinking about inventing in lots of previous videos, but I wanted to go over this one more time. If you have an invention idea that you're thinking about turning into a product, you really need to think about the potential sales price of that product. It seems to me that inventors fall into two categories: the guys that want to invent something that's really low cost, or the other end of the spectrum where they come up with this idea that's so expensive that it's not even realistic for them to be able to make. Now, if they're a billionaire and they have lots of money of their own to invest, sure, it's possible. But the reality of it is, for most of us, we're going to be funding this along the way ourselves. So you need to be realistic in the types of products you invent. I like to call those big product ideas chasing elephants, because the reality of you being able to finance it and ultimately build it are very unlikely. If you like what you've been learning so far, please be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell, give me a thumbs up, and put some comments below. I'm happy to answer any of your questions about your invention ideas. It's a really difficult process when you're talking about selling products that are in the thousands or tens of thousands of dollars a piece. So if you have that idea for a new electric car or something like that, you may want to reconsider your life as an inventor. Chasing elephants will get you nowhere. The engineering time, the marketing, and all the other infrastructure costs involved are just not the right products for the first-time inventor. What we're really looking for is products that we can make a moderate number and still make a good profit throughout the process. So what do I mean by that? Well, if you have an idea for a product that's going to sell for $20 a piece, let's say retail price, then that means realistically you're going to be selling it to resellers and distributors for somewhere around half that price. And then you've got the cost of manufacturing it. So even if you sell thousands, you're still not making a lot of money. And as I've said in many previous videos, that's why I like to pick products that are in that $150 to $300 or more range. You can sell a lot less of them and still make a good profit on each that allows you to keep going and inventing more products. So you really need to think about this. If you have an idea, is it something that you're going to be able to sell, let's say for $150, $200, or even $300 retail price? If that's the case, you have a good chance of being successful with your product, and it's probably worth the investment. If the product's going to retail for a lot less, then I hope you have some type of distributorship in mind, let's say through the big box stores, or through a large distributorship online, or some way that you're going to be able to make lots of them quickly, make a little bit less profit on each, but you're going to make up for it in volume. If you think you can do that, then it's still worth pursuing. If not, again, I think you should rethink your idea and try to come up with ways to make a more expensive product. You could do this through packaging things as a kit, making multiples of the same product and having them bundled as a group. There's a million different ways that you can take a cheaper product and turn it into a mid-price one. Come up with invention ideas that make selling them worth your while. But that's where your creativity comes in, so you better start thinking about this. And while you're thinking about your new invention idea, you better be thinking about your market potential. And this one is a little tricky, because people get these great ideas, these grandiose ideas that big government's going to buy their product in quantity and it's going to be easy for them to sell. When in reality, things like government customers, police departments, and other types of organizations like that are very slow when it comes to purchasing things and adopting new technologies. So your real customer base is really the consumer. So while you're thinking about these big potential government contracts and government customers, remember, those are what I call chasing elephants. They're not realistic for the new inventor starting out. Those types of customers grow over time as your consumer base becomes larger, and then those big potential customers start seeing your product all over the internet. That's when things really will begin to grow for you and take off. Think about your potential market. Make sure you have a price point that is good enough that you're going to be able to keep going and make enough profit on each item to grow your business. If not, you'll be dead before you even start.